Sapare.
Yo, what's up?
Yes. If I am, that would be
I wonder why
unfortunate.
they
And
have
then
resume a saved game, but then there's only one saved game.
uh, wait, is there not a way to create multiple save slots or anything?
Nope, not to my knowledge.
Oh. Wait, go to the, did you start the recording?
Yes.
Wait, what? Sorry, you cut
Yes,
out a little bit there. Yes,
I
okay.
did.
Well,
I have to
still,
restart it before starting the game.
yeah, no problem. Still, real quick then, I want to say go to the save thing. I just want to try something. I know it's not so relevant. Okay, so try changing. Oh, yeah, okay. So we can save in multiple slots.
Oh, fascinating.
Uh, yeah, see, so if you ever have one of those spots where you fuck up the game forever, you have possibility of saving beforehand.
But that makes it less fun.
Um, Actually, no, that makes it a lot more fun. Have you ever had to replay an entire King's Quest game from the beginning because you fucked up one simple thing?
Cause you it's fucked up now.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't know what to do here.
Oh. Weren't we supposed to go put the false book in the library?
But yeah, but I thought we need the blade to kill the motherfucker.
Um,
And
I don't know.
I
You
can't get the
tried putting the...
blade. It's the
Well,
mechanism. But I can try
yeah.
doing the music thing. Oh, yeah, for
Oh,
which I do
oh
need
yeah,
the.
we got a new CD, didn't we?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure it's the correct CD. Otherwise, the game is like the biggest troll ever.
Okay, close out of that. Sorry. And now, that's pot of soup. Yeah, I really
Also, I
hope
actually
the
had a nightmare
music.
today. Like tonight,
Huh?
after playing the game, I had a nightmare. Nightmare was really
Oh.
interesting because the nightmare had nothing to do with the game.
Oh.
The nightmare was
That's
actually
always
I
fun.
dreamt that the new My Little Pony season was like super freaking terrible, like really really bad. And
Oh.
for some reason, I don't know, it actually had the effect of being a nightmare. Like it was terrifying.
That is weird, though I can understand that. Um, I want to think, I want to say I had a scary dream this night, but I actually didn't, really. I mean,
But it's such a creepy game though. Such a
is
scary
it?
game, isn't it?
No.
My God.
Not for me.
Well,
But,
it got
you
a bit
know,
more scary once I stopped knowing everything that was gonna happen. Just because, yes, it's more a suspenseful game rather than a scary game.
yeah.
So let's do this.
If uh, oh, the dance of death. Yeah, saving would be a good idea now. This does not seem very safe. Hopefully saving actually wasn't a bad idea, but hey, we made the other save slot, so that's perfect. Oh, it's gonna kill you.
I mean, I hope they'd be happy and it's like they would stop fucking with me now, but no. They like fuck
Huh.
all the more.
Yeah, now they're like, hey, we know we're all happy and hype and shit, but we still can't touch us, and we're gonna dance around the room and be huge dicks, and not huge dicks in a good way.
God damn you guys, I just want the key, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're. Oh, nice, you got it.
I leave you guys to your dancing.
I was thinking you might want to take the gramophone, but actually, admittedly, you don't need
I
it
just
for
heard
anything
a
else, so it might not.
noise.
Oh, one of those scratchy noises that occur every once in a while?
No. I heard the noise normally when an enemy dies.
Oh, weird.
Wonder what the key
Okay.
is for.
Was there any more doors in the dance hall?
Yes, there was one more in the dance hall. Which
Okay.
I saw this, that should be that door though. That's the confusing thing. Pretty sure that door should be it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, they died.
Oh,
That's why.
okay. Sweet. That makes things so much easier. Yeah, I'd kind of recommend leaving the gramophone in here. I don't think we'll need it anymore.
But yeah.
Okay, well, yep. You might very well be right. And is there a door on this other side here?
That's
Guessing
the door
not.
we came from. Hey, there's nothing here.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Alright, so we need to find another room that's locked. Yay! It's pretty hype, Sapare. Are you excited? Well, I'm
I'm
excited.
always excited.
Haha, get it.
The dance. Oh, it's
Yeah.
actually called the dance of death.
Yeah, I said that.
I know. I thought you meant because the things would kill me if they touched me.
Oh. Just throw them, like, I don't need these anymore.
So I guess now we try to do the whole thing with the book. Even though I can't actually use the voice book.
Yeah, I don't know where we put the false book. Oh, hey, sir, you big, dumb, ghost bitch, faggot, hate you.
Yes, that
Yeah,
works.
you did it. I knew it. Allison.
There's a sign on the floor. Now that I can
Yeah,
save.
Huh?
Now that I can take multiple
Yeah.
saves.
Yeah.
It's so much
It's
better.
nice to know, because that definitely looks dangerous. Huh.
Yeah, I don't like
There,
it when I do that.
hey! Oh, it's
That's
one of
for that
those...
sacrifice a dagger probably.
Yeah, it's one of those sacrificial daggers, and the parchment, and the book.
And shit ton of shit.
Yes. Yes, there's a lot. We're collecting more and more items. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these other books. Just shove them in the corner
Whenever I
here.
go there it does that. Can you hear that? I mean you hear stuff, yes?
Oh, yeah, I heard the noise thing, yeah. That
Yeah.
was weird. Demonia particulars.
God damn it.
Chaos in Demonia! What?
Key to the dance floor, we don't need that anymore. In fact, we don't need any of these. Wait, where we need to do that.
Yeah, we need the sword, but we don't need the keys, we don't need a lot of the books. I think.
We don't even need the
Probably don't
arrows,
need...
but I'm gonna keep the arrows for now because we
But we
can't
might as
get
well
any
keep
new
them.
ones.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually need the poker, but I'm gonna keep it.
I can understand that. Wait, don't get rid of the broken saber. We might want that.
Do you
I
think
believe
so?
that we will want that. Yeah, I think so. It seems like the kind of thing that is a puzzle thing, because, I don't know, it's either a puzzle thing, or they were indeed just trolling you, because, you know. Yeah, admittedly we already have another sword, so I could very well be wrong. I guess we'll see.
It wasn't
Anyways,
even. Do I want to keep the blade?
yeah, you want
Do
to
I
keep
want
the
to keep
blade
these
too.
knives?
Keep one of them, don't keep both of them. I think we've dropped enough items by now.
Wait, do I want? Wait, it's a dagger, not a
Go
knife.
ahead. Yeah, take it. And take the parchment and the book.
Okay,
Oh, we
let's
got two
start
books.
with the first parchment.
The Book of Yael, Signs of Stone, Eucharistic Rituals of Forbidden Cults. Texts collated by Monsignor Vacher, legate in the Curia of the Vatican.
Numerous devilish cults speak of monstrous creatures called the Old Ones. These supernatural beings are believed to be possessed of powers equivalent to those of the gods of antique religions. Adepts of such cults refer to forbidden literature in order to cause these frightful entities to appear before them. What serious student of folk myths has not come across the names of Cthulhu and Shub-Niggurath?
Nigga.
That sounds
It must be
racist.
said that these creatures wield
Exactly.
tremendous power and are difficult to control once they have been unleashed into the world. Those who serve He Who Goes in Shadows protect themselves with signs of stone, carved into the walls of houses or engraved on various objects. For those misguided servants of evil, the best protection appears to be that afforded by the sign of the most ancient gods, engraved in Manar stone, a heavy material said to be disagreeable to the touch. The sinful practices of those who fall into such errors can only lead to the darkest of despair, and are a mortal danger to the soul. Such monsters as those invoked by these foolhardy individuals are engendered when reason drops its guard. Man is easily tempted into perversion. It
I
is
know I
why we
am.
must forever remain alert and renounce Satan with each breath we take. His ways are infinite in number.
So we got this stone thingy. So we got two
Your
of them.
mom is infinite in number, guy reading the book. I don't know why I said that. Yep. Okay, so, yeah, we should definitely save new books. I guess you already saved. Oh yeah, we got the talisman down. Awesome. I don't think that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at it, compare them.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
The Sacrificial Dagger, Otto Stern, Lumina Books.
The importance placed on ritual sacrifice is constant in religious cult practice. Propitiating the gods is a theme common to many religions. The Old Testament affords many examples. Primitive polytheistic belief systems integrate sacrifice in their rituals as part of the recurrent process of reaffirmation and, naturally enough, group cohesion. The members
Listen
of
to
their
this guy.
social and religious community come together in an act of purification and atonement.
What did you say?
Oh, I was just saying that this guy, I don't know, there's just something with the way he talks, you know? It's like, it's just really weird, stuck up when talking, like, I don't know, like he has his nose all scrunched up or something.
It would be erroneous to imagine the act of human sacrifice linking priest, offering, and God, C.F. Manzetti's stone cults, as anything less than a vital focusing of the group's faith. The act also ensures the continuing appeasement of the god, but only if practiced by a recognized officiating priest using the appropriate instrument.
You see what I'm
Studies
saying,
made
right?
concerning
Yes.
primitive religious groups bear witness to the central role of sacrifice in living ritual. My own work in the field of ethnopsychology brought me into contact with a sorcerer living in the region of Arkham. He introduced me to the rite of steel, linked to a ceremony known as adoring the black goat of the woods with 1,000 youngs. The god being adored is known as the vagabond.
That sounds
Here.
sexy.
Here, the
Oh.
dagger's role, which allows the life breath to pass from one dimension to another, is essential. The vagabond is a frightening figure, being able to move where he wants and to kill those who have displeased the goat god, for whom he acts as a go-between. The goat is clearly a fertility god. The priest, having spoken the invocation, must choose the appropriate dagger for the sacrifice. The knife with a sinusoidal blade that must be dipped 7 times on night when the moon is full in water that has been distilled 100 times will be laid aside, since it would send the vagabond back into his own dimension. See illustration. The priest will rather choose the dagger with a curved blade. That is more appropriate for slitting of the lamb's throat. This act transfigures a sorcerer priest and plunges the assembled worshippers into a divine trance.
So not use that blade, use this blade
The
instead.
priest will rather choose
Yes.
So the
Yeah,
game.
if we have the option, get the blade with a curve on it and slit something's throat. So I don't have the black blade from the looks of it. We have the sacrificial blade though.
Right, yeah, we have that other one. Yes, this one.
Oh yeah. Cool. We have a lot of daggers. We have a lot of daggers and
I'm
stuff.
sure if they find this guy's body, it's like, what the fuck was he doing?
Juan Luis Jorge, De Biblioteca. Reflections on the power of the verb in certain texts. Archaeos Publications, 1919, Stafford.
Translation does not alter the occult power contained within such forbidden texts. The malevolent energy is in no way diminished. The spell must be cast aloud and clearly, in certain languages or little-known dialects. Maglafach Fathang.
Wait,
The reader
so
will
I
understand.
could translate this to Pig Latin and it would still work.
The reader will
Yes.
understand that, in the light of these revelations, I would be foolhardy to continue quoting from the text I have before me. If spoken aloud in its entirety, it would surely awaken powerful and malignant forces. I will go further and say that simple reading of some of the more technical passages describing specific practices is in itself a perilous exercise. The ill-prepared reader can easily fall prey to attacks of demented hysteria, not unlike those described in cases of individuals said to be possessed by evil spirits.
Kinda like when we read the Cthulhu book.
Yeah,
I
everyone
recommend
just
the
died.
study made by Zempf, Urbain, Grandier, and Loudon, and the reports made by the Reverend Richard Price concerning a number of astonishing, to say the least, exorcisms carried out in a parish near Providence. Given what I have written, we must be grateful to the librarians of the British Museum, who have never allowed consultation of the work of Al-Azif's startling work, the infamous Necronomicon. Copies of that work do exist, in spite of the zeal of book-burning inquisitors. For proof, we need look no further than the British Museum, of course, and the sealed archives of the Miskatonic University in Arkham. Other examples of books whose evil can be unleashed by any thoughtless reader are von Jutz's von Unersprechlichen Kulten and the abominable De Vermis Mysteries by Ludwig Prien, whose sordid death should be a lesson to all those tempted by a study of the occult.
Wait, I had one book in German. Just when
Yeah,
you
I
mentioned-
kind of figured that. That is a long word.
You German guys would do that, yes? So, I wonder if this book is like the book that I'm not supposed to read.
Ludwig Prien.
Is it?
I don't
De
know,
vermis
probably.
mysteriis.
I don't know. Let's. Oh, I think it is, but let's read it anyways because you just saved, so you know. Oh. I guess it's the book we're not supposed to read.
I mean, that's kind of cheap because I mean, like, as long as you only read the title page, you should not die. I mean, what is the point of warning you about it if the book is gonna fucking kill you the moment you read the title page?
I don't
Other
know.
examples of
Because I mean,
books.
this is obviously supposed to be a warning, and then you don't read the other book. Like, I was smart, but the game still killed me. Now I'm pissed.
Nomine invocatoris, si non sanctificatus es, cave. De vermis mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum innominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et
Of
Yep.
course, it's in Latin.
nomen
I totally know what I just read.
So yeah.
Kinda his own
Huh?
fault for being able to read that, though. It's so fun to watch him die like that.
Wait, he can read Latin?
I guess because he read that. I mean, if he wasn't able to read that out, he wouldn't die. Yes. I mean, like he would. I would totally pronounce that wrong. Like,
That
I mean,
makes sense.
he has to pronounce it somewhat.
But I don't know.
So I just throw this book away because fuck that.
But our guy's not the one reading it.
But yeah, but I mean, unless you're implying that the books actually literally read themselves, that's this universe.
Well, I guess they don't literally read themselves, but you know, obviously our character's not the one we're listening to. We right, I guess there are the folks that are, you know.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
But yeah, I
Now-
still don't get
now
how we were
know
supposed to
what-
figure that one thing out, because if you... Here, somewhere, it's like this book that I was actually... the one that tells
we
you
were
about the
supposed
night.
to figure out. Well, we were supposed to figure. We figured it out. Yes. I mean,
the
sure. it
sons
was
of the
a
sun and
straightforward
of the
way, but-
shadows. Lieutenant Lope de Vega's account of his astounding travels to the land of the Aztecs.
See, this is like the book that tells you about that statue thing, so I don't... It's weird order.
Holy Christ! Cried Captain Cortez, astonished by the strange rite we beheld. We found the savages half naked. They were throwing balls of silver and gold at each other. They laughed as if they meant it,
Katie.
clearly maddened by some heathen drug. And yet, should one of them fail to catch the ball thrown in his direction, the poor devil was seized and dragged off to be sacrificed in their temple. As we discovered,
Aw, that's a
this
shame.
frightful game was a ritual most holy to them, and symbolized the movement of the heavenly bodies. The dropping of a ball foretold a catastrophe. That is what the Aztecs believed in their godless ignorance. Their countless deities could only be appeased through endless human sacrifices. The victim's heart, which was still beating, lay in the hand of the murderous priest.
That's
The
a
interior-
shame.
as we-
I
the
was hoping
interior
they
of
got
the
sacrificed
temple-
like
as we-
tentacle
as
monsters
the
or something.
interior of as we discovered,
That'd be
this
more fun.
frightful game was a ritual most holy. The interior of the temple was surprisingly cool. The weight of our armor, our exhaustion, even the burden of our suffering, they were all banished by a sense of awe that the crudely magnificent altar instilled. In the tomb-like silence, a deep voice chanted an incantation. The majestic statue of the water goddess, Chalchihuitlicue, seemed to throb with vitality.
Giggity.
This massive stone, draped in a golden cloak and studded with precious stones, was coming to life before our very eyes. Horror of horrors! The granite eyes of the statue, empty of life only moments before, were now injected with blood. We staggered back in amazement.
Dom Jose was taken by a fit of convulsions. He tried to raise up his crucifix, as if to ward off an attack by demons. The heathen priest laughed cruelly. The statue's mouth cracked open in a deathly grin, bearing teeth sharpened to dagger points.
The way he said cruelly.
Yeah,
The fuck was that?
I don't know.
Captain
Cruelly.
Cortez cried,
It's like, what?
"Attack!" But it was no use. We were glued to the spot. We were unable to move. Our armor seemed to be bolted to the temple floor. Our legs weakened, and we collapsed in a thunder of steel. Only Cortez had the presence of mind to unsheath his dagger. He hurled it at the cackling priest. 4 inches of the finest Toledo steel buried itself in the heathen's face. His blood spurted, splashing the now lifeless idol. We picked ourselves up with difficulty. Never will I forget that terrible moment. My companions, naturally enough, told tales of devilish enchantments cast upon our armor. Whatever the truth of that, I could not deny that the supreme god of the fourth universe had treated us as mere playthings. I am convinced that a terrible energy is yet contained within that heathen statue. A power strong enough to change a proud conquistador into a helpless puppet. Drawing of Chalchihuitlicue by Dom Jose de la Sierra, done before the destruction of the Aztec temple of Tenochtitlan.
Isn't that that little statue he put in front of the knights?
Exactly. But I mean, this is how you're supposed to know. You're supposed to use a statue on the knight. But that makes no. But there's no way to read this book unless you already know. If you know what I mean.
Unfinished
Yeah.
chapter of
Basically, you have to
Incognita
search the library while
by
being
Jacob
attacked.
Van Ostate.
So I was
A
going to
hitherto
mention.
unpublished fragment of the manuscript unearthed following indications furnished in the Vatican Library's Expurgatory Index.
Yes.
Continue on with this. This should be, I don't know, a reading or language program for like learning other languages. Because I mean, whenever I've done anything like that, like tried to learn a new language, most of the programs and stuff are really boring. You know, I'd like to, I don't know, learn video games or Cthulhuan mythos while I'm learning how to speak
Yes.
Spanish or Japanese.
You should play this game in Spanish.
See, that'd be great. The best way to learn how to speak Spanish.
Yep.
In those icy and unwelcoming lands, the rites of wizards and healers are deeply rooted in ancient legend. Mysterious and cruel beings are thought to have ruled over the Arctic plains in times past. A cursed city, enclosed by massive walls, is believed to stand to this day. It contains fabulous treasures and is inhabited by the degenerate descendants of those who instilled centuries of terror in the hearts of the people.
And what did you say? I find it very impressive that like different voice and different accent for like every guy who reads. But this guy is like, I don't know if this guy is like high or not.
Yeah, I wanted to mention it is impressive, and considering what time frame of a game this was, they did a good job. But there are a lot of these voices like this one that it's more funny than anything listening to him read.
This guy was probably not a voice, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Massive wall. I don't even know how to do his voice. It's just the way he says like massive wall.
He should get a medal for this.
These people, naturally placid, are seized with rage and horror at the very mention of the prisoners of the ice. Were these dreadful captives to be freed from their frozen cells,
they would reap a horrifying tribute of human flesh. These blood-curdling beings may be invoked by certain ritual words. They can even be controlled, albeit with the greatest of difficulty.
So, the funny thing is the texts themselves are creepy as fuck still. Even when the guy reads it really silly.
Are they? I'm still laughing.
I
Greatest
admit to being impressed
difficulty.
by these
No, I
tales,
can't do it like
repeated
this.
to me on many occasions and in a number of different places during my travels in the region. I have also seen troubling cult objects, sculpted in a material unknown to me. Another remarkable fact is that local Eskimos experience great distaste in pronouncing certain words, and invariably avoid saying them.
Eskimos!
Here is a living example of the power that words contain. As it is said in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word.
Wow, that's really contradictory, Bible. Thanks.
I just
But,
know that
yeah,
I'm kinda afraid of
actually,
reading the wrong books.
yeah, I find that you're saying a lot, because, yeah, I can understand that. I'd be concerned with that, too. Because clearly words do have power in this game, and books love to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, we had these now 2 books already that kill you. And the thing is, it pisses me
Yeah.
off that even if you know what the book is gonna kill you, you're not even allowed to open the book.
Yeah, you can't say,
If
oops, I opened
rocks
this
could
book, I'm
talk,
just gonna close
or
it.
the
If you
story
do,
of a
even if you
Louisiana
don't read it,
plantation
you open
by
the
the
book
Marquise
and
de
the spell
Chanfray.
automatically just rapes your face.
Which just, I think, is almost an error in the game design. Maybe they weren't able to test if you actually read it or not.
Yeah, well, they probably could have, maybe, but it was an older game. It would have been a lot of extra work that, you know.
But I mean, why is there even a book warning you what specific books if it's totally useless?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You can't even check the cover of the book. So, yeah, it warns you about a specific book, but then if you read the wrong book, you're dead. Or if you open the book that you're not supposed to read, you're dead. And you
Yeah, so
can
it's
check the
pointless.
title on the front of the book. So, yeah, it's pretty silly.
After the criminal selling off of Florida by the foul usurper, my father elected to remain in this inhospitable land, where we were free at least to express our royalist feelings, and hope our country would come to its senses. In 1818, a certain Pickford bought up Ledoux's land, after the poor fellow had ruined himself in unfortunate speculation. Pickford soon turned out to be the most loathsome human we had ever encountered.
Don't we know Mr. Pickford?
Ledoux. Huh?
Do we know Mr. Pickford?
I don't think we know him directly, but we've
But
read a lot of books involving him.
we read a book involving him, yes. It was it the guy that got stabbed who owned this house, or was it?
I don't exactly remember.
I know he was in the book where, about the military, like there was Civil War units, and they went to this house, and they stayed at the farm, and then he got killed by the guy who shot him 3 times.
Yeah.
We read that yesterday.
Yes, that was probably Pickford.
He was an adventurer of the worst kind, nouveau riche, and bloated with a grotesque sense of self-importance. First came the incessant army of men with shovels, digging into the mountain of earth that was to fill in the surrounding swamp. The undertaking was quite stupendous. We learned from a slave that the final objective was to connect the existing caves with another one of gigantic proportions. Racked by a mania of persecution, Elia Pickford constantly fired his workers and hired new ones. He did all he could to keep anyone from learning about his plans. My father was amused and said, "The poor fool will end up getting lost in his own cave." But the walls went up, and tongues started wagging. Our detestable neighbor had been a sailor, a ruffian grown rich on questionable trade. Distasteful stories were told of him.
It's a
Wagon
pirate guy.
top. Yep, yep. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, hey, Matt.
And this map is our
Pretty
house. It's a
useless.
house.
Yeah, it's not the house.
It's are there any rooms that we have not? Like, I'm wondering if there's a secret room maybe on the map, but I don't think so because I can see all the parts in there.
It's really hard for me to tell just looking at it like this.
Well, because I can
I
recognize every room.
oh,
Do
I'm
you?
glad you can. No, I don't.
Okay, the staircase. Okay, this is the first floor. The main front room is that main
Yeah.
square in the middle, and then left to it was
Mm.
the room of the with the pirate. Right to it was
Right.
the room with the fire thingy, and right to that was a study. And one room,
Right.
and below the just to the left of the two double rooms was the room with the three zombies. On the
Right.
opposite
Yeah.
was the ballroom with the dancing figures.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a kitchen on that one side, and there's the spiders on the other side.
Right.
But I think we were in all of those.
Yeah, I think so too.
When the work was finished, Pickford invited us to the opening of his rambling mansion, which he named Derceto. My father asked what the strange name meant. Pickford answered, "Derceto reminds me of Astarte, the fertility goddess. Around here, the name is Shub-Niggurath, I believe. That a name so steeped in evil should be said aloud came as not such a shock to my father, as he himself confided in me some while later.
Well, we know that the fertility goddess is the goat goddess, because the other book mentioned it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I'm sure
left
she'll be
immediately. In June of 1862, Derceto was burned down in unexplained circumstances. It was undoubtedly the deed of some jealous Yankee or another. It was amazing to watch the servants rushing into the flames to try and save their bullet-riddled master. After that terrible night, Derceto fell into ruin. Its blackened walls were soon overgrown, as human-built works always are, by ever-present nature. In 1875, the property was eventually bought by a gentleman whose name was Howard Artwood. I was sorry that my father, who delighted in fine conversation, was no longer alive to enjoy the company of this new neighbor. Learned and well-versed in history, he had made a particular study of piracy. It was Artwood who told me that Pickford had commanded a ship that flew the flag of piracy. That explained the scoundrel's great wealth. Artwood was fascinated by Pickford and undertook a great deal of research in an attempt to find some treasures that he was convinced the pirate had hidden. He went through the ruins inch by inch. He then had the burnt-out house rebuilt exactly as it had been, and refurbished the library that had miraculously escaped the flames on the night of the Great Fire. Artwood set about studying every volume in that library, and often talked to me of his research. He was a handsome widower, deeply attached to his son Jeremy, who was later to become a professional artist. Artwood worked incessantly, first from the room I offered him, then from his own freshly restored home, which he rebaptized Derceto. I imagine he hoped to enlist the help of the god of good fortune in his treasure hunt. As far as I have ever been able to tell, all his searching came to nothing. There were no lost treasures to be found at Derceto. I learned of Artwood's death while I was in Paris, But that, as they say, is another story.
I still feel like there's something on that map, so I'm gonna keep at least this book.
Yeah. Fine with that.
I do like the books. The books are interesting because they like all come together.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm really liking the books. Besides the killing your character off books, I'm really liking these
yeah,
books.
even that would be fine, like after it warns you, but I don't like that it kills you even if you don't read it. That just makes it pointless. Like yeah, because the books are
Yeah.
a big part of the game, so I get that it kills you if you just fuck it, if you just read every random book, because I mean, otherwise there's no mystery to what you are supposed to be doing. But I mean, like this, it's a bit lame.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I appreciate the idea that even reading books is a dangerous activity in the Cthulhian mythos, but generally opening books is, just opening books and looking at the cover isn't a dangerous thing in Cthulhian mythos. In fact, you usually generally have to specifically read the spells and stuff for them to be effective. If
So
you
this is
open
where
a
we
book
see
halfway through and don't.
Civ 2 did this ahead of case of this actually. Maybe it was a reference to this game. I don't know, but in Civ 2 you can find a random book, and if you read it, you like it's a magic book, and it has a spell to summon zombies, and so you summon zombies, and they kind of eat your face. It was
Oh.
funny. It was scary and funny at the same time.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few things that reference this game like that. Like, it's really funny, and actually, you're not even gonna get that in what is it? The first Paper
Fragment?
Mario game. Um, there's a book you can. Oh, speak. Um.
I'm totally gone.
All right then,
Gonna load in a
guys.
moment, but but yeah. What did you say? Because this game is actually really famous, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was referenced.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I know. Trying to Mario, but anyways, Mario, Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario. So yeah, there's a diary that you're supposed to retrieve for a ghost, and
Did my
oh,
lamp just ran out?
your time apparently runs out.
I was
I
worrying
didn't
that
expect
yesterday
that.
night. Because I left it in there. I just left it standing there. Good thing is I think we got everything.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
I think we got everything we have to get. Um,
I guess I can get rid of all the CDs.
yeah. So, yeah, there's a book that you're supposed to get for a ghost, and he tells you, he's like, hey, I want my diary, before I pass on, but, don't read it, that's personal stuff. And if you read it, you die. The first time, I was specifically like, you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'll respect the ghost's wishes. The second time, I was like, you know what? I'm curious. Can you actually read this? Does anything actually happen? If it was the second time I played the game, or if I just went back, like, you know what? I actually wonder if anything happens if you read. Either way, at some point, I went back and read it, and it just kills you after you read it. And
Very much like this game.
yeah.
But actually, where did I leave the stuff? Might have to go in there again after all.
What stuff?
I left stuff because I needed oil. I need the fuel, but I left it somewhere. At least I think I left it
Oh.
somewhere, unless I didn't put it down. I had one more can of stuff.
Fuel. Yeah, the oil. There's that sound effect that you're talking about. I'm personally thinking that it's not happening more often, but I can't tell. So, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it started happening more often.